Hello. Well, here she is. Here's the Fearless. I finally got her to a state where I feel comfortable uploading her. I will upload this to Planet Minecraft for folks to take a look at and download. She is completely decked out. Well, not completely. There are a lot of empty crew quarters and some system rooms and some rooms that I didn't allocate for anything. But overall, she has pretty much everything in there. I'd say she's, 80, 90% complete. I'll leave a lot of the other stuff for individual players to decide what they want to do as far as filling in the rooms like crew quarters and things like that. There are some other rooms that they can use that currently are not assigned. The ship was completely rebuilt on the Mindtrack.net game server and therefore will require the Mindtrack.net game server texture pack in order to look like this. Without it, it won't look like this. It will look very much a different Lee. Anyways, I can show you a real quick interior view of the ship, along with some pictures and things like that I'll have uploaded. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with her. She's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and spin on into the... Go ahead and get my trusty compass here out real quick. And we'll do just a real quick tour from the bridge here down to, like, say, engineering or something. If I can get landed here. Come on, let me up there. Let me up there. Again, you'll need the texture pack or nothing will look like this. Anyways, here's the main bridge. Pretty happy with how it came out. And now I'll try to remember how we get to main engineering. But anyways, you'll get a. This is kind of what the. Oh, we'll do deck 1 real quick, yeah, or deck 2 rather. Real quick tour of deck 2 here. This is the styling of the corridors that I went with. And it's really nice. If I go ahead and turn off Gamma Bright here, you get kind of an ambiance. These are hidden torches, by the way. Again, if I were to disable the texture pack, which would be a pain, it would look a lot different. So please, use the texture pack. And this is the upper balcony for the upper saucer lounge, as you can see, And we'll go on down to deck 3 here. These are, crew restrooms. They're located all throughout the ship, along with, like cargo storage. This is the kind of the design I went with for the Jeffries tube. There are some slight variants to other areas. And we'll spin around here and grab the turbo lift. Here she is. We'll speed on down to right here. That'll work. You can get in here. Anyways, the other turbo lift comes down here from the bridge as well. The saucer section's been completely redesigned. This ship here sports a quad nacelle system along with modern phaser weapons and 2 hangar bays, the upper bay here and then the lower bay, which is below us, like so. But yeah, it has a phaser array, and then it has point phasers, tactical phasers, and then it also has turret phasers and several torpedo launchers. I think 4 forward and 4 aft, as well as rail phasers on either side of the nacelle bridges there, and again point defense phasers or turret phasers. They're also located throughout the ship, around the ship. You can explore and find those for yourself. We're not going to take a turbo, or not take the Jeffries tube, because those are real pains in the butts to navigate. Not really. I mean, they're really easy to go through, but they're just narrow and stuff like that. And we'll come down here. I'll show you real quick here the saucer main lounge, and the ship has a lot of lounges. If I can get into fly mode here, has a lot of lounges to look and explore. Let's go this way. There it was. But here's the main lounge, upper lounge. It's sort of, kind of a leisure area, just to chill and have a good time. And here's the bowling alley. Of course, I didn't put any of the stuff in. Again, some of the areas aren't yet, like I said, fully completed. I'm just getting tired of working out of the projects are starting to take up some more time. We're working again on the Enterprise E, so we're trying to get as much of it as buttoned up as possible. Anyways, we'll spin up through here. This is one of the upper arboretums. It's just a little area with a couple little trees. This is main impulse engines. This is one of those areas of the ship that you very seldom see. And this was a real pain to actually design. To do it. It was a real pain. But I got it done. I'm pretty happy with it. And we'll spin around here. Now, this, like I said, the interior of the ship has been completely reworked. So we get down here, you have like a lounge area, and things like that. So a lot of it is similar, but some of it is dramatically different than what you'd be used to. Like here are the torpedo magazines, and the ship has quite a few torpedo magazines. It's pretty extensive, and then there's another two-story one down below us. You got to get to it through a Jeffries tube, unfortunately, because it's not as easily accessible. Here's the pod or weapons once it opens hatch. As you can see, it's probably dark on YouTube, but who knows. This is the reception area. Again, a multi-purpose bathroom. Torpedo control. Here's the torpedo launchers for the two forward ones, and the other two forward ones are up in the saucer section. I'll let you explore and find those. And this just goes back around to a lounge, but it'll show you where the other torpedo launcher is. If we go through here and go down, it takes you into the magazine for the lower torpedoes. It has an aft torpedo launcher, so that's actually dedicated to the aft torpedo launcher, whereas the ones above us are dedicated to the forward torpedo launcher. And we'll start on top of engineering. This is deck 1 of engineering. Engineering is a tri-level deck. There's the warp core. This took a little bit of design and tweaking to get in here, but I decided to go with kind of an inspired one by iPanic, and those guys kind of inspired me to go my own path with the warp core, so that's kind of what I did there. We'll go down to the secondary deck here of engineering. Get a nice look around. Again, there are no item frames or any of those because they usually pop off when you do a schematic or do a we edit, so I don't usually put those in, but you can see the warp core itself. Pretty big. And you can come on down here, and here's main engineering. It's kind of reminiscent of the Sovereign or the Enterprise E. I kind of did that on purpose because I liked it. It was also, I think we did this design initially for the Enterprise C, the remake, the Probert version, but I don't recall, to be honest with you. It's been so long since I've designed one. We got to go up one deck to get to the shuttlecraft. So come through. I think it's one deck up. We'll find out. Come down through here. See, this area here again isn't done. It'll be done on the server, but I'm not going to finish it for uploads. This is a big fuel tank. Deuterium, what do you want to call it? Kind of like what you see on the Voyager. Again, here's another room that's not completed. A lot of these rooms up here with engineering stuff in them are not filled in. Again, they're just open for whomever wants to put whatever they want to put in there. You know, it could be an office or it could be whatever. Nice little Jeffries tube here. You swing on down this way here, and either we can get direct access to, there's one here. I don't have a light in there, but that's an armory, a small one. And again, if you want to see security and sickbay and all that, that's up in the saucer section. You'll have to download the ship and do it. I might do a full tour of the ship eventually, but not right now. We're actually above the hangar. This is just the way I use the space above the hangar. These, when I finish out these rooms, these will be shield generators, anti-gravity systems, and parts for the phaser. Like this room here will be part of the phaser relays. This is the aft upper phaser right above the hangar bay. Here's the window. Tractor beam control, whatever you want to call it. And we'll go on down to the hangar bay here real quick. Yeah. So I was right. It is actually on the same deck as engineering. My bad. You know, you live and learn. I designed the ship, so it doesn't mean I need to know where everything is on them. All right. Either we're actually maybe it was 2 decks down. I don't know. We'll take a look here. This is a gangway that will take us down to the main engineering. Again, this is all, or excuse me, down to the hangar. This again is all set up for engineering. Got a lounge on both sides as well as partial lounges there, and I think there's another lounge up there and a conference room on the port side. Just a little tight area to kind of fit in. Come down through, oops. Nope, that's fine. Sometimes I find areas where I didn't really finish working on things that I wanted to. This is one of them. But basically it's just, whoops, this. Right here, and we'll put them in together. Why not? Because we're here. And you there, and you there. Okay. Anyways, this is the control for the hangar. There's the nice big hangar. And this is the crossover for the warp nacelle. This ship does not sport the same design as like the TOS version or the TNG version. It actually just has a straight standard up and down warp core, and then these are conduits going back. Yeah, it saved me so much space. Then actually, let's go ahead and go down one. I think I can get to it from here. Yep. And little nook there. Come through here. It saved me a lot of space, and I like the way it looks a lot better because then I was able to repurpose that area for large life support. Anyways, here's the main hangar. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's a nice little hangar. Come on out here. You see how the nacelles are glowing? This is why I wanted to come out this way. That took some time. It really did, to get them to look that way. I like how they look. Again, you'll have to use the resource pack. If you don't use the resource pack, I can't help you. Anyways, well, actually, let's come down here and take a look at the cargo bay. It's a smaller cargo bay than you see on the TNG, but it still has quite a bit of space in it. And this is a remake. I remodeled this with the help of my nephew, because beforehand I had a little lift that was right here. And he says, well, why do you need to go down there for? Why can't you just make this bigger? That's what I did. I took the floor out above it, which was just, empty space at that time, just empty rooms, and repurposed it so I had a full-size cargo bay now. Yay! With transporter. I'm so excited. Anyways, let's bees on over here. I don't know if I showed you this or not, but we'll zip over here real quick. Yeah, they still there. Anyways, yeah, there's going to be a lot to explore on this ship. I also redid the escape pod ring. I didn't like the way initially I had it set up because it was a bunch of small one-man escape pods, and they looked like crap the way you got into them. So I went ahead and repurposed them and turned them into multi-crew escape pods. But I kept the standard escape pods that are on the secondary hull the way they were. I didn't even redesign them. I just kept them in. Anyways, these are shield generators. Some of this stuff big stuff is actually in the ship. Most of the big stuff is just little things like here's some batteries and things like that. That's the same room as that shield generator room there is. Come through here, you get to see the cadet area and all the other stuff that's on the Mindtrek server. Nice little conference room here. Little storage area here. This is part of the sensor package. This is an RCS thruster, the lower RCS thruster, it looks like. And this is maybe this isn't the one I want, but we're going to take it anyways. Come on down a couple of decks. Basically all we're doing is we're bypassing we want to go up one deck. Part of the sensor package again. I want to show you the Arboretum, but I can't remember how to get to it. So we'll just go ahead and we'll come down here. We'll get to the Arboretum from here. This is the antimatter transfer unit. These are antimatter pods. They can be jettisoned from below us, actually. Right now we're standing above the jettison system. Come through here, and this is the lower Arboretum. Little stage there. Nice two-story room. A lot nicer design than the original that I had, which was basically just a block. I went ahead and left the roof, so we had this dimension. We had that depth to it. I like how that looks. Again, here are a couple of rooms that aren't actually filled in. These are just empty rooms on this deck. And this is for the emergency transporter or deck above us. And on the saucer lower section, there's a bunch of rooms that are not filled in. And that mainly is because, actually I wanted to show you this room. I just couldn't think of anything to put in there just yet, but I probably will for the server. And then if I ever do an update for the download of this, it'll include that. Nice little conference room in here, or ready room, whatever you want to call it, standing here. Yo. Flight control. More batteries. And here we are in waste processing and water distribution systems. And we could go to the bottom of the ship. Ah, wow. What happened here? That's not supposed to be like that. No, no. 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 Found something happened wrong here. I do wonder how this happened. But we're going to fix it on recording here. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know how that happened, but it did. It's one of those things, you live and you learn. And we're going to go here, and we're going to grab our glowstone. I'll do a proper tour of the ship later on once I get all the little knick-knacky thingies fixed on it and stuff like that. That way there you all don't have to suffer through me doing this stuff. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. Alright, okay. This is turbolift repair. This was actually added in later, and that's kind of why it's probably funky. As I meant to fix it, and I never got around to it. But this is turbolift repair. And let's go ahead and see if we can make our way all the way back up the primary hall here. Nice little area here, nice little things. Again, you get a lot to explore on this ship. I hope you enjoy exploring it as much as I have in making it. Another little thingy, and get to see what it looks like coming down through here. Again, bottom of the ship. Yeah, I tried to use as much of the space as I could. So if I found like empty spaces, I tried to fill them with something. It's simple. You'll probably never see a lot of that empty space, but in most cases I tried to fill it with something. Again, this drops down to the Arboretum, main Arboretum and stuff. Real quick here, whoops, one deck too low. Actually, no, this will work. No, let's do one deck too low. Let's go with one. I went ahead and left it double wide through here because I wanted, give it more of a comfortable feel for like research. Like these are labs that aren't filled in, and some more labs on the other side up here on this upper part of the Arboretum. Just kind of give it a nice feel. Did I see something in there? I didn't. Oh no, that's fine. I saw that and I was like, what the hell? Anyways, but yeah, nice little lab areas here. It just gives it a nice feel. Ooh, I want to show you this transporter real quick. This setup here. Yeah, nice little emergency transporter. Got some goodies over here. Got some more goodies here. Got a little lounge here. I don't know if it's a lounge on the other side or not. Probably is. Probably is a lounge. But we're done looking at that. We want to... Yeah, I don't want to take the Jeffries tubes. I'll let you guys explore the Jeffries tubes. Those are kind of fun. They got a lot of the ship systems like water generation and purification and stuff like that's handled in the neck connector between the ship and stuff. You can get to it easily from walking through here by going around the turbo lift. It's a narrow fit, but you can get to it. I'm going to show you real quick here. I think deck 6 is one deck below us, so we'll go here. And this is a habitat ring, so it has crew quarters. There are 137 crew quarters, if I'm correct, because there's an odd number on one deck. We'll go ahead and go through this turbo lift here, Jeffries tube. So it has 137 crew quarters. Some of those crew quarters, no, by the way, that was the auxiliary bridge, if I can get down to it. Here's the auxiliary bridge. I'll let you explore that. And come down here. But yeah, so some of the crew quarters are double crew quarters. I did a lot of work on this deck here, revamping the medical wing as well as security and the transporters. This is also the escape pod ring as well, but it's on the outer edge of this deck. Anyways, this is part of main sick bay. Well, day-to-day main sick bay. Got a little bathroom there. Got a couple of observation surgical suites in here and things like that. First aid stuff. Nice little storeroom. Get into the Jeffries tubes. Go wrap all the way around it. Another little. I don't know if you can get to the. Nope, just another little bathroom right there. You got. Well, maybe you do get to it from there. It's been a while. Yeah, you do. You got a little shower sink area here. Where is there a shower in there? Yep, there's a shower in there. Awesome. Got the medical officers day use thing. You got another larger sick bay area here. Because the ship, if I did my lore right on this, originally I designed the Fearless to be used as a ship in a ship set for Space Empires 4, my or my current TMP set. A little bathroom right here. And I really liked it, so I wanted to build it in Minecraft. So I went ahead and made it in Minecraft. Now the original 3D hull was done in a program called Doga. And when I rendered it to Minecraft, it didn't look as good as it could have been. It didn't scale right. It had too many blocks because of all the vertices and things like that. So we went ahead and used the Enterprise A hull that M. Heller had imported, and I modified it heavily for the use with this ship. And when I say that, I mean you can compare the two hulls. They're close, but they're not identical. Anyways, this is the transporter room revisions. These are auxiliary transporter rooms. There's one main transporter room, and it has an EVA locker and all that in it. And what I did is I moved the Jeffries tube that used to go right here. I moved it back here, and this goes out to the escape pod ring. So it kind of has a U shape here now, which I really like. I think it did a nice job. Again, I should do a righteous tour of the ship, but this is more or less just to show you what it's done. Anyways, these are OR suites. There are 3 rooms, or excuse me, 2 ORs, or OR A and OR B on the port side of the ship. And again, here's critical care, or ICU. Not really as fleshed out as actual sick bay is, because there's some areas here and things like that. But I did, try to get as much of it fleshed out as possible. Again, working on many projects on the Mindtrack server, I really only work on this one when I have the time and I feel like it. But I'm very happy with how I got to it, got it done. It's been a year-long project, year and a half long project. I think we started this. I started the renovations of this when we were still working on Fortress, about a year and a half. Anyways, here's the other observation OR room. Anyways, and the lore of the ship is it was designed to fight in the Dominion War. They revamped it to fight the Dominion War and added a lot more firepower to it, the additional 2 nacelles, which is basically this ship became the Guardian. If you are a Star Trek Online fan, the Guardian cruiser, heavy cruiser, came out of this design, partly, as well as part of their command cruisers. And I know it for a fact that was where they came from. I can't comment on that, but let's just say that yeah, this was an inspiration for that. So I'm pretty happy. Anyways, here's main sick bay, main transporter room with its little EVA locker and everything else. I really like how this transporter room came out. I ripped this thing out, redid it, ripped it out, redid it, and I finally decided, you know what, I don't need all these little rooms off of all these transporters. You only see the one ever really mainly used, and the others are just more or less emergency auxiliary transporters, so they don't need all those extra little rooms. This one does. So I put the little room there, and I reused the space that would have been used for the transporters, since I moved all the equipment to the back, for things like a morgue here. Well, this is intensive care. Is it isolation? Isolation. So I put an isolation ward in, a nice big one. I'm really happy with this. And on the other side, if we spin around here, we'll skip by security real quick. That's an office. Here's the security system. We'll take a real quick security system, security station. But yeah, I've got a nice morgue in here now. A little space for the dead bodies, and that's so cold. I'm sorry. That's indifferent. I apologize. I really shouldn't make jokes like that, because I've lost loved ones and I'm about to lose another loved one, so it sucks. Sucks. But at least if they died on this ship, they'd have a cool place to go. And I don't remember who designed this, but it was designed for the Enterprise E, and I stole the design for the Fearless. Little break room here. Anyways, now let's go check out security. Now I'm going to be worried all night long whether that little pun back there is going to come back to bite me in the ass. You know how it is. You say something and it happens. You feel like crap for a week. I'd feel like crap for a long time. Anyways, here's the security station. It's different than those on the E because it's a little bit more roomy. These are beds, slide out, toilet, little sink area. Kind of reminiscent of what we saw in Star Trek V, albeit that is the worst Star Trek movie in the history of Star Trek. Yeah. But I like how it looks. They got a nice little feel to them, little force field things like that. Nice little area for the prisoners to clean up. Nice thing about this design, though, is we have an armory. Not a very big one, mind you. We have an area with some storage. A little break room area here. This is kind of neat. And then we got a little office with no decorations, a little head, and then we have a phaser range. This took a little bit of effort to get to look right. I'm proud of that. Anyways, I am very proud of that. Anyways, I'll take you down to those. Anyways, I'm going to say that a lot today. I'm going to take you down to the deck that has the forward torpedo launcher in it. And I'm going to be straight up with you. That deck doesn't have anything really much filled out. And like I said, I just really didn't get around to doing it. And this is a large turbo lift. Magenta. And a Jeffrey suit that goes to the back of the ship and then down the neck. Anyways, this is a complete design departure from the actual plans for the Constitution class, as indeed most of the ship is. I thought about using some of these rooms for quarters, crew quarters, and stuff like that. I'm going to turn on Gamma Bright again, folks. But I opted against it. So, like I have done in here, this will most likely be a lower lounge, but I don't want to stick carpet because we're actually on the hull of the ship right here. I didn't want to stick carpet in here because it looks tacky and stuff like that. So I figured I'll leave these areas right now until I come up with something for them, or let players who download the schematic file decide what they want to do with it. But yeah. Anyways, here's the loader for the torpedoes for the forward. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 4 torpedo. This will fire 2 torpedoes at once per side. So that's 4. It's a 4 launch. So it's actually got a 6 forward torpedo launchers, but actually only 4 physical launchers, but they fire multiple brands of torpedoes. And then again, there's a magazine here, and then there's some. I think the magazine actually extends down below us onto the deck below us, which is the sensor pod, which is the lowest part of the ship. And I think we can get to it from in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Again, this hasn't really been fleshed out either. I'm still working on this. I have some ideas, but I figure it's good enough for right now for basic work. You got your little thingies and stuff like that in here. To be honest with you, I completely forgot about this space. But I'm still going to release the schematic, even with this area not done, because then I'll have an update to it later on. Give me an excuse to do an update. So this is the one major area of the ship that is not completed. I do apologize. But it is what it is. You know, I meant to finish it. I just never got around to it. And then I completely forgot about it until doing this tour. Whoops. Anywho, this magazine right here, I might actually convert most of this room into a torpedo magazine, because it really doesn't need that much space for the lower sensor pod. Yeah, I'm going to think about that. That's something I'll have to think about. But the torpedoes are actually stored in this column thing here. We knocked that out. You can see them. So yeah, I might actually take part of this area here and turn it into torpedo storage, because I think that'd be a good use of space. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So you guys get to look forward to an update eventually of this ship. Then again, you know, you may not. I don't know. Maybe download it one time and never look at it again. Who knows? Anyways, go back up to the bridge, and we'll call it a day once I get up there. And here we are in the main bridge. Yep. And just remember, folks, this is the USS Fearless, created by yours truly, your old atrocities, revamped on the Mindtrack.net game server, and does use the Mindtrack.net game server texture packs. So please remember to use that when viewing the ship, or it will look very much different. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye. And I hit the wrong button again, folks.